Good morning to you all students. Hi students, how are you? I hope you all are fine. Warm greetings to you all students. So, all of you take your textbooks in your hand. Students, please, all of you take your computer textbooks in your hands. So, have you all taken? Have you all taken? So, till last class, what we are discussing? We are discussing about third chapter. So, third chapter get completed. 2 mark question, 1 mark questions and 2 mark questions. So already I have marked. So have you all studied the 1 mark questions as well as 2 mark questions? Have you all studied? Is it thorough for you? So today, first we are going to mark the question answers for the third chapter. That is 3 mark questions as well as 5 mark questions. Okay. First we are going to mark the question answers. So after that, so I am going to take chapter 4. Okay. So for that, first all of you take your textbooks in your hand. Place it in a place. Take your mobile phones in your hand. So I will take an. Have you all taken? Yes. So all of you take the chapter 3. So all of you take page number 48. So all of you take page number 48. So I will take an 48. Yes. First you write page number here. Okay. First you write page number here. So afterwards we can mark the question answer. Okay. So first question in short answers. First question, differentiate computer organization from computer architecture. Page number 41. Okay. So right here page number 41. Okay. First question page number 41. Have you all written? 41. So next page. Second question, classify the microprocessor based on size of data. Page number 43. Okay. Page number 43. Page number 43. Third question, page number 43, same page. Write down the classification of microprocessor based on instruction set. Page number 43. So third question also page number 43. Fourth question, page number 45. Fourth question, differentiate PROM and EPROM. Page number 45. Page number 45, fourth question. Fifth question, page number 47. Fifth question, page number 47. Have you all written? Fifth question, page number 47. Then, sixth question. So, in notes, you need to write. Either you should take separate paper and write this question answer and paste it here. Otherwise, so you keep separate, already I said. So, keep separate note for computer. Okay, otherwise take a piece of paper and write the answer and paste. Okay, this one you should write in your paper or notes. Next question also you should write in the paper. Okay, once again I am repeating the page numbers. First one page number 41. Second one page number 43. Third question page number 43. Fourth question page number 45. Fifth question page number 47. Sixth question in paper or note you need to write. Seventh question also paper or in note you need to write. Okay. Then detailed question also. Now you write the page number here. First question page number 42. Section D, characteristics of a microprocessor, page number 42. 42. Okay. Second question, page number 42, 43. How the read and write operations are performed by a processor. Page number 42, 43. Okay. Then third question, page number 43 to 45. Page number 43 to 45. Fourth question, 44 and 45. Okay. 44 and 45. So once again I am repeating. First question, page number 42. Second question, page number 42 and 43. Second question, 42 and 43. Third question, 43 to 44. 43 and 44. Next question, 44 to 45. Okay. So have you all written? So now we are going to mark the question answer. First question, differentiate computer organization from computer architecture. So if you take page number 41. Computer architecture different from computer organization. Take page number. So if you take page number 41. Yes. 41. From here you mark. Okay. So starting from here. Introduction, next line. Computer organization deals with hardware components of a computer system. Have you all seen? Up to architectural specification. This is for computer organization. Understand? Starting from here. Computer organization deals with hardware components. Starting from here. Computer organization. Then ends up to this. Architectural specification. Have you all seen? Architectural. Is it visible? Architectural specification. This is for computer organization. Next, computer architecture. So computer architecture, here, the last line, have you all seen? The last line. Computer architecture deals with, starting from here, okay? Starting from here, up to designing a computer. Up to designing a computer, okay? So, computer organization from here, computer organization to, up to architectural specification. Then computer architecture here, from here. Computer architecture, last line. Computer architecture deals with, starting from here to next side, up to designing a computer. So in computer architecture, so only one point is there. So you need to write one more point, okay? So I am dictating, now you write, okay? I am dictating now, please write it. Second point. So here you write, put point 2 for computer architecture. Here you write, put the point number 2 and write it. I am dictating programmer view, programmer, P-R-O-G-R-A-M-M-E-R, programmer view, programmer view. That's the heading, programmer view. View, V-I-E-W, view. Okay, programmer view. Then you write, programmer has to be, first you should write programmer view. Then put colon and write, programmer has to be aware of, A-W-A-R-E, aware of which instruction set used. Programmer has to be aware of which instruction set used. So once again I am repeating, programmer view, programmer has to be aware, A-W-A-R-E, aware of which instruction set used. Which instruction set used. Programmer has to be aware of, A-W-A-R-E, aware of which instruction set used. Okay. This is the second point for computer architecture. So have you all marked? Once again I am telling computer organization starting from here to this architectural specification for computer organization. Then computer architecture at the last line, computer architecture deals with up to next side designing a computer. Okay. Then second point I dictate note, that point you should write. What point? Programmer view. Programmer has to be aware of which instruction set used. Have you all marked? Then second question. Classify the microprocessor based on size of data. Page number 43. So all of you take page number 43. So what's the second question? Classify the microprocessor based on size of data. Okay. So from here, take page number 43. From here you mark. The microprocessor can be classified. 43. Under the heading classification of microprocessor based on data width. In this page, starting from here, the microprocessor can be classified. From here, microprocessor can be classified up to 64-bit processor. Next slide. So second 3-mark question starting from page number 43. Starting from the microprocessor can be classified as from here to up to the 64-bit microprocessor. Understand? Next question. Write down the classification of microprocessor based on their instruction set. So based on instruction set, same page, page number this 43, same page from here. Okay, there are two types of microprocessor based on their instruction set from here. There are two types of microprocessor based on instruction set from here to this up to example you should write. Sometimes they ask this question for 3 mark also. Okay. From here, there are two types of microprocessor based on their instruction set from here to up to this example, Motorola 6800. Okay. There are 2 mark questions also. If they ask for this question for 2 mark questions means up to this NF. Their types alone NF. Okay. This reduced instruction set computers and CSA. Up to this NF example no need to write. If they ask for 2 mark questions means. 3 mark questions means you should write from here to this example. Have you all marked? There are two from here to there are two types up to from here to this Motorola 6800. So have you all marked? Next one, write down the interfaces and ports available in a computer. So take page number 47. Take page number 47. Yes, page number 47. Ports and interface. From here, okay. So 46, the various types of ports are from here. Otherwise from here you mark. The external, page number 46, here, the external devices can be connected to the ports and interfaces. From here, okay. The external devices can be connected to the ports and interfaces from here to the various types of ports are given below. From here to so if it possible means, so serial port you write one line, okay, this one. Possible means each heading you should write one line, okay. Serial port to connect external devices found in older computers. Parallel ports to connect printers found in older computers. USB ports to connect external, this 3 paragraph full you should write, okay. Then USB 3.0, so up to this you write. USB 3.0, put a heading and mark it here. USB 3.0 can transfer data up to 5 GB to up to are also released. Okay. So this three serial port, this sentence you should write. Parallel port also you should write. USB port, this three lines you should write. USB 3.0, here you mark. This two lines enough. USB 3.0 can transfer data up to and USB 3.2 are also released. Okay. This is for ports. Then next here, VGA connector, audio plug, PST2 port, SC, SI port. Then here, this one heading enough, okay. So I understand from here, page number 46 up to, from starting from here, the external devices can be connected to ports and interface. From here to fully, but this three paragraph fully you should write. So USB 3.0, only last three lines enough. This before that line no need. Okay. Then VGA connector you should write, audio plug, PST2 port, SCSI port. This one high definition multimedia interface. So if it possible means you should study and write, otherwise leave it, only heading enough. Okay, fully you should write. From there to here, digital television. Understand? So I will marked. So next 2 mark or 3 mark question, differentiate CD and DVD. Differentiate CD and DVD. So all of you take your paper, so take your computer notebook. Either you take paper or computer notebook, write it. So because if they are asking for differentiate or distinguish between means, you should draw a tabular column like this and you should write. Then only you will get full mark. Okay. Write it. Please write fast. Write it. Four points you should write. Okay. Write fast. Either you take a paper and write and paste it. Otherwise, you should write in your computer notebook. Write fast. 4 points. Write fast. Have you all written? First point, compact disc. Second point, digital versatile disc or digital video. Then storing capacity. Write fast. Write fast. So have you all written? 4 points. First expansion, compact disc, digital versatile disc or digital video disc. Then storing capacity up to 700 MB. Here 4.7 MB. GB, sorry, here single headed, DVD double sided. CD cannot play DVDs, but DVD player can play DVDs. So have you all written? Yes. Shall we move to next question? So have you all written? Yes. Next question. This is the 7th 3 mark question. Okay. How will you differentiate flash memory and EEPROM? So flash memory and EEPROM. Write fast. Put a tabular column and write it. Write fast. This is a 5th question answer. Okay. Sorry, not 5th, 7th. Seventh question. How will you differentiate flash memory and EPROM? Write fast. Write fast. Have you all written? First point faster, second point slower. So have you all written? So if you are following guide means no problem, buy Surah guide and study. Okay. So each and every questions I'll mark and give in your textbook itself. So don't worry. So but if you are following guide means also no problem. You can study from guide also. If you are studying from guide means please study only from Surah guide. Don't buy any other guides. Okay. It is not compulsory to buy the guide. So I'll mark each and every questions in the textbook itself. Okay. But in guide there are more additional questions are there. If you need means you buy and study. Okay. Have you all written? So in this fourth question we didn't mark. So mark the fourth question. Have you all written? So fourth question, differentiate PROM and EPROM. Take page number 45. PROM and EPROM. Take page number 45. Okay. Fourth question, differentiate PROM and EPROM. If it possible means make a tabular column and write it. Okay. So here. And EPROM page number 45. Page number 45. Here. Below the diagram, before the diagram, an EPROM differs from PROM. This paragraph full. So if it possible means by your own itself you can differentiate and write. Okay. First point. PROM can be written only once. So likewise you differentiate and write. Okay. This paragraph full. Have you all marked page number 45? This one, this paragraph full. Have you all marked? Yes. Next, detail question. First detail, explain the characteristics of a microprocessor. Page number 42. Characteristics of a microprocessor. Page number 42. Very important question. Okay, this one, page number 42. Here. Characteristics of a microprocessor. Starting from here to till this. Before the data communication between this one. Accessed by a microprocessor. Okay, very important question. This one no need. Okay. In between they have given no speed measurement. This that ash color inside the ash color tabular column they have given something. This one no need. Okay. So from here. Characteristics of a microprocessor starting from here to before the heading data communication between CPU and memory up to here. Okay. Very important question. Have you all marked? So second detail question. How the read and write operations performed by a microprocessor. Page number 42 and 43. read and write operations. Starting from here, the data communication from here. Okay, page number 42, the central processing unit of memory data register. From here to next page. Before the this, if I will before this one, okay, from data memory data register to word up to here. Page number 42, starting from central processing unit. This is heading data communication between CPU and memory. Starting from here, the central processing unit has a memory data register. From here to till page next page, this one, from memory data register to word up to this. Okay, so second question, this is also very important. So I will marked. So next question, arrange the memory devices in ascending order based on access time. So page number 43, memory devices. Starting from here, page number memory devices. A memory is just like a human brain. Starting from here. So memory devices, starting from here, memory is just like a human brain. From here to up to this diagram, memory hierarchy. Page number 43, a memory is just like a human brain. From here to till this diagram. This diagram is very important. This question also very important. Okay, till this memory hierarchy diagram. This diagram also you should try. So I will marked. Next question, explain the types of ROM. Same page, types of ROM, page number 44. Types of ROM, page number 44. Starting from here, read only memory. This is a very big question, so you cut short and write. Okay, so page number 44, starting from here, heading ROM, read only memory. So in this heading, read only memory. So according, so each and every heading they are given 20 to 25 lines. So you read it and by your wish you cut short and write. But each heading, so there should be a 4 points. Okay, so each heading there should be a 4 points. So from where you need to write means ROM you should write any 4 point. Okay, then next one, PROM, very important question. PROM, here you should write 4 points. Okay, so this heading PROM, first paragraph enough, second paragraph no need. Okay, this PROM, first paragraph enough, second paragraph no need. So otherwise I will mark and give. So this ROM, mark from here. First, read only memory refers to a special memory in a computer with up to this can be modified, which cannot be modified up to this. Okay, first point, read only memory. This question starting from here, read only memory. Fourth detailed question starting from here, read only memory. From here to up to modified. First point, have you all marked? Then second point here, have you seen? Once the data has been written onto ROM chip, it cannot be modified or removed. So it can up to this one. Okay, non-volatile memory. First, read only memory to be modified. Second, once the data has been written to ROM chip, up to non-volatile memory. This paragraph, once the data has been written from here to then here, second point. Okay, then put the heading PROM. This first paragraph full, second paragraph no need. First paragraph full, second paragraph no need. Then next heading EPROM. EPROM also this first paragraph full, erasable read only memory up to this first paragraph full, second paragraph no need. Understand? Then next heading EEPROM. EEPROM fully you should write. Okay, so EEPROM fully you should write. So up to here, before the cache memory. Okay, so ROM, PROM, EROM, EPROM, EEPROM. Up to here you should write. Understand? This is a very important question. Okay. So very important question up to this third chapter. So getting over. So I have marked the question answer for third chapter also. So please study this chapter thorough. So already I think you got a timetable for your assignment work, isn't it? So computer, when is your computer assignment work? Thursday or Wednesday, I think it's so. So at that time, so already I asked you to write characteristics of a microprocessor, isn't it? So at that time, you should write the detailed question 3 and 4. Okay? Memory devices in ascending order as well as types of ROM. You should write. Understand? So you should write 2 questions. What are they? Memory devices in ascending order as well as types of ROM. Okay? So have you all marked? So this chapter also completed. Please study what are the questions I have marked. Now it's after completion of this session itself. Please go and study. Okay? So at last you won't get time to study. So now just I gave the introduction about the 4th chapter. Okay? Yes. What's the 4th chapter heading means? Theoretical concepts of operating system. Okay. So what's the 4th chapter? Theoretical concepts of operating system. So first chapter you have studied about what are the things? Just introduction about computer. Then what do you mean by hardware components? What do you mean by what are the hardware components present inside the CPU and outside? That are the things you have studied. Then third chapter, second chapter is a problematic chapter. So I will take at the last. So third chapter you have studied what are the devices. That means memory devices. Full primary memory, secondary memory, cache memory, ports, what are the things present inside the CPU, motherboard, everything you have studied. So next chapter you are studying about operating system. Okay. So what's the next chapter? Operating system. So what do you mean by operating system? So if you are going to on the system, once you on the system, particular screen will, you can see one screen. What's the screen? That screen name is called operating system screen. Either the operating system may be Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 8 or Windows 10, maybe Ubuntu or Linux. These are the examples of operating system. Okay. So before you are going to study about this operating system, first you should know about what do you mean by software. Okay. So first you should know about what? What do you mean by software? So what's the meaning of software? Okay. So software is nothing but it's a set of instructions or set of commands. Okay. Why we are, for example, particular one for you PT period, I think so. Okay. So one period you consider as a PT period. So PT sir will give some commands in the ground you are playing. So he is going to give some commands. Go right, go straight, run this way. So you should obey the words of the sir, isn't it? So what's the aim of that PT sir? Whatever he is ordering or whatever he is saying, the students needs to obey. Likewise, what do you mean by software mean? It is a set of instructions. Some instructions they are given. Based on that instructions, particular software needs to work properly. Okay. What is the meaning of software? Software is a sequence of instructions or set of commands. That commands need to going to perform the task correctly. Okay. So this software only used to interact with hardware. Okay. So for example, so all of you have mobile phones now with your hand, isn't it? So if you are buying a new mobile phone, whether they will install any the softwares in that? No. So once using that mobile phone, you are downloading lot of apps from Play Store. What do you mean by that app? What are the apps you will download? Some video recorder, audio recorder, then calculator, then gallery, then photos. Isn't it? Likewise, lot of applications you will download from the Play Store. So that applications only we are calling as an software. Okay, so if the mobile phone is there, without installing that applications in the mobile phone, whether the mobile phone is useful for you. My question is, understand and say, if you are buying the mobile phone without you are downloading the apps from Play Store, whether the empty mobile will be there, whether that mobile phone is useful for you. No. Why? So based on your needs, you are downloading some applications. Likewise, what then that applications will interact with your mobile phone and they will give base, for example, what's the YouTuber, for say, take one example as YouTube. So you are downloading YouTube software or YouTube application from Play Store. So what's the use of YouTube? You can download any videos or you can see any videos from there. So if you are downloading that YouTube from the application, so if you are playing some videos in YouTube, that videos will run in your mobile software. So that's the output. Okay. So the downloading app from Play Store. So at that time particular what they will ask, once you are downloading the application from the Play Store, what command from the Play Store it will ask? Install or open, isn't it? Yes, then at that time particular application will interact with the mobile phone. That is called as hardware. What's the desired output you are getting? For example, YouTube I said, no. What's the output you need to get? You need to get proper video, or proper video you should download, or proper video you should view. Yes, likewise only. So this software also mainly used to interact with hardware. So in computer, what do you mean by hardware? Normal system or CPU. Inside the system, what are things you have studied? Motherboard, memory. So this software needs to interact with all the hardware things present inside the system. Then only you will get the desired output. Understand? So what do you mean by software? It is a set of instructions. That instructions need to going to perform. By that instructions or by that software only you are going to perform particular task. Okay. So this software interacts with whom? That hardware. Then you are getting the desired output. Okay. So there are two types of softwares are there. Okay. How many types of softwares are there? Two. What are they means? First one, application software. Second one, system software. Okay. What's the two types of softwares? Application software as well as system software. So first one is application software. Okay. So application software as well as software definition becomes same only. So software means also what I said, it is a set of instructions or programs. Their programs are going to perform the particular task. Okay. So in a book they have given one example. So whether you know about MS Word, what's the use of MS Word? So I am also explaining by using, this is a PowerPoint presentation. This is also the Microsoft product. Okay. So what's the use of this PowerPoint means? I can able to teach by using slides. Likewise, so what's the use of MS Word means? You can able to type anything. Type a paragraph or sentence or pictures or diagrams. Anything you can able to create in the text document. Okay. So what's the use of MS Word? So that's one of the application. So you are familiar with this or not, I don't know. But you all should know about the VLC player or MX player. So I think you all know about MX player. So in your mobile phones, most of the mobile phones, you can download that MX player from Play Store. Already you might have been downloaded and installed. What's the use of MX player? So particular audio and video files will be played in that particular player. So that is the application software. Now understand. So VLC player is one application software. What's the use of that? You can able to play some audio files or video files or anything in your system or in your mobile phone. Understand? Applications. Application means some softwares are there in which place you are going to apply based on your need. Either video files or audio files or text files, photos or anything. Okay. So understand what you mean by application software? So this is a kind of software used to perform the task perfectly. For that only example they have given. So MS Word is used to create text document. Then VLC player is mainly used to play audio video files. So compare the softwares present in your mobile phones and you study. Then you will get understand. Okay. So listen. These are the examples of application software. In your mobile phones you might have seen these applications. Isn't it? So this is for what? Context. So this one already you might have installed. For what's the use of this one? What's the use of this application software? You can able to attend a call, cancel the call, isn't it? That's all. Then likewise this is a what climatic condition. It will based on that temperature it will record. That's all. Then message. What's the use of message? You can able to send message, delete the message, isn't it? Then this one only MX player or VLC player. Using this app you can able to hear songs, you can play video songs. What says of calculator? Perform calculations. Then calendar. Likewise lot of applications are there. So what's the use of this application? You can able to use as per your wish. That's the use of application. This is the application software. Okay. So next thing is a system software. Okay. So already we have studied application software. So this application software needs to run in one platform. That is called as what? System software. Okay. So already we have studied about application. Already I said you know about this a lot of application softwares. I have given some example. What are the calculator, then calendar. So all these things are there. Without mobile operating system, you can able to install this all the things? No. So that's first you should install system software. Whether the system software is working properly means only you can able to install which one? Application software. Okay. So system software is one of the program, computer program mainly used to run in where? Computer hardware. Okay. What do you mean by hardware? What are the hardware parts you have studied in CPU, motherboard, microprocessor, everything. So that's a platform. So system software is a platform to run the softwares in where? Computer hardware. That's the important. So that is only example they have given operating system and language processor. So for that only first itself I said one example. If you are on the system means you can able to see one screen. That is called as which screen? Operating system screen. That's the system software. Without installing that OS, we can't able to install all the applications here. Okay. So listen, these are the examples of system software. So any one of the Windows you can use. Windows XP or Windows Vista, Windows 7 or any Linux. These are the examples of Windows. First you should install this Windows. Then only you can able to install applications. Okay. So here the diagram is there. System software versus application software. So first you should install this Windows. In that Windows only you can able to install application software. Understand? So just I gave some introduction about what system software as well as what application software and what do you mean by OS. Just introduction I gave. Remaining things I will continue in the next class, student. So listen carefully. Each and everything listen carefully. What are the things I marked in? So third chapter. Please study all the things. Okay. So for example, I am telling this is the PowerPoint software. Okay. So this is one of the application. So listen, this back screen is there, no? That's the OS. Okay. That's the OS. So without this is the lot of applications. Lot of applications are there. This and all application. Without this OS, I can't able to install anything. Okay, understand? So please students study everything. What are the portions I have taught? So thank you students. Next portion. So I taught in next class. Study well. Thank you.